Something big just happened, and it quietly reshaped how I look at the future of this company. Right after the latest shareholder meeting, it became clear that this wasn't just about a new vehicle or a short-term update. This was about a long-term shift, one that goes far beyond a single model. What was revealed touches autonomy, artificial intelligence, robotics, and an entirely new way of thinking about manufacturing and scale. And if you care about where Rivian is headed over the next decade, this moment matters. At a high level, a few things immediately stood out. First, the next-generation vehicle platform remains on track, with deliveries still planned for the first half of 2026. That alone answers a huge question many people have been waiting on. Second, an upcoming autonomy-focused event later this year is set to reveal technology that hasn't been publicly discussed before. And third, and this is the part that really changes the narrative, Rivian is no longer positioning itself as just an automaker. It's clearly evolving into something closer to a technology ecosystem. That shift becomes obvious when you look at their newest move into AI-powered robotics. A separate company has been formed focused entirely on advanced robotics for industrial and manufacturing environments. While Rivian remains a shareholder, this new entity operates independently and has already secured significant outside funding. The idea here isn't to build humanoid robots for show or headlines. The real ambition is far more practical and arguably more valuable, using artificial intelligence to fundamentally improve how factories, logistic systems, and industrial operations function in the physical world. What's interesting is how this connects back to everything Rivian has already been building internally. Years of experience with vertically integrated systems, data pipelines, AI models, robotics, and manufacturing are now being packaged into something that can exist beyond Rivian's own factories. Instead of keeping these capabilities locked inside their walls, they're turning them into products that can be deployed across a wide range of industries. The underlying philosophy is simple but powerful. If AI has already transformed how businesses operate digitally, the next massive leap is applying that intelligence to the physical world. From factory layouts to high-dexterity manufacturing tasks, the goal is to create robotic systems that learn from real-world data and continuously improve. This isn't about experimentation for experimentation's sake, it's about efficiency, scalability, and control. And when you step back, this starts to look like a classic B2B strategy. Rather than competing solely on vehicles, Rivian can sell solutions, manufacturing automation, software platforms, and AI systems to companies that are struggling to modernize. In a world where many legacy automakers are still trying to figure out how to transition to electric vehicles, Rivian could become the company that helps them do it faster and better. That brings us to autonomy, which may be the most important long-term pillar of all. Autonomous driving isn't being treated as a side feature or a flashy upgrade. It's being positioned as a core technology that could eventually determine whether a vehicle succeeds or fails in the market. The investment level reflects that belief. Autonomy represents one of the largest and most focused research efforts within the company, and it's clear that the ambition goes well beyond basic driver assistance. The vision centers on vehicles that can handle real-world driving with minimal human involvement across almost any road they might encounter. Not just hands off the wheel, but true point-to-point navigation, address to address, designed to give people something incredibly valuable: their time back. What makes this particularly compelling is how it ties back into upcoming vehicle designs. The form factors planned for the next generation are intentionally versatile. They're meant to work just as well as personal vehicles as they would in shared or commercial contexts. That universality opens the door to entirely new customer segments, people who may not have seriously considered an EV before, but suddenly see the appeal when autonomy becomes part of the equation. The rollout strategy itself is deliberately staged. Rather than flipping a switch and pushing unfinished features into the real world, the plan is to expand capability in layers. First, increasing the number of roads where hands-free driving is available. Then, adding full point-to-point navigation. After that, carefully introducing hands-off, eyes-off driving in select environments, and only then expanding those capabilities more broadly. It's a cautious approach, but one that prioritizes safety and trust. In a space where some companies have made customers feel like unpaid beta testers, this methodical progression stands out. The topic of robotaxis naturally comes up in any autonomy discussion, and it was addressed head-on. While there's no denial that shared autonomous fleets represent a potential opportunity, the emphasis remains firmly on personally owned vehicles. That's where the vast majority of miles are driven today, and that reality isn't expected to change dramatically in the near future. The thinking here is pragmatic. Get the technology right first. Build systems that everyday drivers can rely on across almost any road they might encounter. Once that foundation exists, partnerships and alternative business models become optional extensions, not requirements for success. Now, let's talk about timing, because that's what most people ultimately care about. For the next generation platform, initial builds and deliveries are still planned for the first half of 2026. However, those early volumes will be limited. Production will ramp through the second half of the year, with capacity continuing to scale into 2027. Realistically, that means most reservation holders should expect deliveries towards late 2026 or earlier 2027, with earlier access prioritized for existing owners and internal stakeholders. That timeline may feel slow, but it reflects a focus on getting manufacturing right rather than rushing vehicles out the door. When production does begin, it won't start with an overwhelming number of configurations. Instead, there will be a launch edition designed to hit the center of the market. Not the cheapest possible option and not the most expensive either. A well-equipped dual-motor setup that balances capability, features, and broad appeal. This approach avoids a common trap. By targeting the middle of the demand curve, the company can simplify early production while satisfying the largest number of buyers. Additional trims and powertrain options will follow as the production line stabilizes and scales. And then there's the part that wasn't fully spelled out but was strongly implied. Beyond the vehicles already shown, there are additional variants planned on the same underlying platforms. That suggests a much broader lineup is quietly taking shape. Whether that means new body styles, performance-oriented versions, or entirely new segments, the takeaway is clear. This platform is designed to support scale, not just one or two models. When you connect all of these pieces, vehicles, autonomy, AI, robotics, and manufacturing, it paints a picture of a company thinking far beyond quarterly results. This is about building infrastructure, technology, and systems that compound over time. Between staying on schedule with next-generation vehicles, launching a dedicated robotics venture, and outlining a deliberate autonomy roadmap, Rivian is signaling that its future isn't just electric, it's intelligent, integrated, and intentionally long-term.